All of us negotiators, we are dealing with some negotiations face-to-face and some remote negotiations. Let's be honest, what's the percentage of your negotiations that are remote? Think about that for a second. I'm asking these questions to all of my participants for every training, and I'm surprised about this percentage. Some of them said 100% of my negotiations are remote. Some of them is 80, 70, maybe 50, maybe less. But most of them, it's at least 50% or more that our negotiations are remotely. Why not through Teams, Zoom, and all of the platforms that we have, right? So how to deal with a remote negotiation? It's a different situation, let's be honest. It's not like being face-to-face in the same room where we can have like small talk, having a coffee and a conversation. It's a different thing and we need to be good on that. So let me share with you 3 tips, 3 things to do to be good on those remote negotiations. Tip number 1, we should be extremely formal. What does it mean being formal? It means sending an email before. This will be the agenda. Why not sending an email a few hours or minutes before the real meeting saying, remember that we have this conversation in a couple of hours or tomorrow morning, and again, this is the agenda I want to share with you. And being formal means also sending an email after the real negotiation saying, those were the main topics that we explore and so on, right? So tip number 1, being very formal. Tip number 2, forget the camera. Forget the camera, open the camera and feel that you are in a real situation. So use your body language, your facial expressions, your energy to connect with people. Don't be like this talking in front of your camera. You can, like if you are in the real conversation and try to think that people are in front of you. That's why always camera on, please. And tip number 3 is use the technology. We are dealing remotely, which means that we can share very easily videos, we can share very easily documents and pictures and whatever you want to share, right? So by the end, we can use this platform to be more successful in our negotiations, inspiring more trust because we are saying, do you remember that picture? I can share a picture. Do you remember that document? I can share a document, right? So remember, 3 key things to do in your remote negotiations. Thing number 1, being very formal, sending emails before and after. Thing number 2, being yourself in front of the camera. And thing number 3, use technology to share documents, image, pictures, and wherever you want. This will help you to be more successful in your remote negotiations.